Welcome to IT paper for A-level for Feb-March 2025. We will be doing this paper now. We're starting with the first task. So we will be supplied with the following source files, which is most of them are SVGs, and then you will have one CSV file and one PNG picture. So let's go and extract our folder. Right click and directly go and extract it, and just extract it in the same place. And you will have another also zip file in it. Do the same, extract it, you will get another option, extract it also in the same place. And here we go, we have all these files. So we're going to create a folder that is called examination, and this folder is going to locate all of your work inside it. So all of the source files, all these are going to be located inside this examination. So I'm going to press Control Shift N, and it's going to create it. Control V, examination, Control A, and hold Control, remove this, Control C, and Control V into this folder. Do not delete these files when submitting your work. Do not tidy the folder by deleting files created at any stage of attempting the tasks. So just leave it alone. Do not mess up with this folder and these files. Whenever you have just a new file you created, just save it in the same destination inside this examination folder. You must use the most efficient method to solve each task. That means you're not restricted to one method. You have the freedom, as long as it is efficient, to use it in your answer. All work produced must be of a professional standard and contain your candidate details. Everything should contain your candidate details. So let's start with our first task, which is this video going to be about the first task. Task 1, you have been supplied with a file that contains details of scores for a common grading test used in 3 colleges. Open this CSV file, which is colleges.csv, in a spreadsheet software. And then go in between, go over this corner, and then double click between any 2 columns. And here we go, we got it over here. We have the 3 colleges or universities and their grades. So what we need to do is the question paper. Okay, rename the worksheet as this name. So worksheet means the small tab at the bottom over here. Let's rename it. And from the cells as shown, we have to format the cells as shown as we have over here. Let's format these cells. So let's start to go, and these 3 needs to be merged, and it needs to be bold. And then we have these 3. Everything actually needs to be center aligned, so highlight from the top and make it to the center. These 3 needs to be as well bold as well, and these 3 needs to be wrap text and red color and bold. So let's make it with a wrap a bit, and for to appear the wrap you need to extend the height and make the column smaller a bit. For the rest, nothing changed. We just need to add a border as it is showing. So go from here and click all borders. Okay, after that, let me bring back the question paper. After that, we need to save the workbook in a spreadsheet that is named test analysis, followed with your center number and candidate number. So let's go back again, save as, and make sure it is saved in your examination folder. So put it, and there is one very important point here, reminder: you need to save it as an Excel sheet. If you did so and save it as a CSV file, and you're going to carry on working with the formula and function, everything will disappear at the end, and your examiner will not be able to see any of your formulas and function. He will or she will not be able to assess your paper. So keep it always, remember, as an Excel file, unless if there is no formula and you need to import it. In that case, you can keep it as a CSV file, but when you have lots of formula and formatting, keep it as an Excel workbook. Okay, we're done saving. Let's go back again to our question paper. Add a new worksheet in a workbook name with 2025 analysis, and we have to create a drop down list over here. You can see in B. All right, let's go to create it over here, click and save it with a name. And now we need to create something that looks like this. So create a drop down list in B2 that you can see it over here. And when the college is selected, the data, okay, we will come back to this formula. Now let's format it. So here it needs to be written college, and here it needs to import the name, and it needs to be as a drop down list. So for that, you need to go to data, you need to click on data validation, and then from here select list. Do not type it because it's already available, so just go to this tab and select these 3 rows or columns and click on OK. Let's have a look. Okay, it's working. Needs just a bit of adjustment. Okay, we need to make it center, and we need to make them bold, both of them, and this needs to be with the red color. Back again. Okay, so correct. Let me just change the color a little bit to be a bit darker. Okay, what we need to do now, we need to when a college is selected, all the data for the college must be displayed under the selection. So as you can see here, so this data must be coming from another workbook from here. So if you selected this one, all the grades supposed to be appearing, and for the others as well the same way. So what we need to do here, we're going to use X lookup to import everything. So let's go back over here. Actually, we can use also other formulas as well, but X lookup is the most efficient one, and only if you have Microsoft Office 2021 or later version. 2021 is the latest version, so it's going to work. So X lookup, so this is going to be my value. For the array lookup, it's going to be from here. Okay, and then for the array return, it's going to be from here. All right, let's check it now. See, you can see it's working. So you can see. All right, let's make it center align. Let's get back again. Okay, we will add the borders and things, but let's go back again. Here you can see, let's add the borders now. I mean the borders to this one. So let me add the borders over here. Okay, for the next one, the data must be used to create charts with different marks intervals. Okay, label and format the cell as shown over here. All right, so let's go and do it. So we have to put it from D, and we have to make a border. And by the way, as you can see here, it's a bit thick, so let's put thick border. So go to more borders and apply a bit thicker border. And then we have to write it, maximum test score. And by the way, this is also text wrap, so let me put it as a text wrap, adjust it a bit. It's going to be bold as well, center, and then I have marks interval, going to be the same, so I'm just going to format the painter here. Great. Okay, we need to do the lower limit, upper limit, and the range as well. So let's get back again here. I'm going to copy the from line 6. Why it's not copied? Okay, it's copied. Now the format. Here we need to put the lower limit, and then I have upper limit, and I have over here the range. Okay, you will enter a maximum test score in E2. So in E2, let's go to E2. Over here, you're going to enter the maximum test score. Whatever is the maximum test score, we're going just to put it. It could be 90, it could be 100, it could be any score. So as it is showing here 90, let me put it 90 for a while. Okay, they all need to be center. So let me just highlight it. Okay. The marks interval values must be restricted only to 5 or 10. So it needs to show the drop down list. So must be selected with the drop down list. So let's go over here and go to data, and then data validation list, list 5, 10. Make sure you don't have space after the 5. Okay, I didn't put any space. See? Okay, you can see, you can. Hello. Okay, so let me select 5 for now. After that, the lower limit must always start at 0. So you can see here we are starting now to work over these columns. So we have lower limit, we have upper limit, and we have a range. The lower limit usually starts from 0. The upper limit must always start with marks interval. What is mark interval? This one that we put it. So if it is 5, it will start from here 5, as you can see here. And if it is starting 10, it will start from 10. But lower limit always starts from 0, as explained over here. Add replicable formula to display the lower limit, upper limit, and range as shown in these examples. So let me analyze it. So the lower should be just 0. Upper should start from whatever coming from here. So it will be equal to this one. And then how it increase. If you analyze here, if you checked over here, the lower is each time increasing by plus 10 or plus 11, plus 10, plus 10, and so on. So that means it is plussing each time over this one. Okay, the first one it plus 1, and then 10, and so on. So we're going to depend either on this or on this. So this is going to be depending on the upper limit. So what it's going to be, this is going to depending on this plus 1, and this going to be depending on this plus 1, and so on. So okay, so that means lower limit will start later. So first let's handle the upper limit. How is upper limit? Upper limit is just basically based on the marks interval. So it's going to be just starting with the same value over here, and then it will be plus 10 and plus 10, plus 10, and whatsoever. And if it is 5, it will be just 5 and plus 5, and so on. Plus 5, and so on. Range is just simple. First, let's do the upper limit and the lower limit. Let's start with the upper limit. So upper limit first is going to be equal to whatever is here. Okay. After that, the lower limit is going to be E7, which is coming from here, plus, which is the first range, right? So E7 plus E3 from here. Okay, so it's going to keep plussing. And if you replicate it, there is a problem here. So let's fix whatever we need to do. This needs to be an absolute reference. So press on F4 or function F4 on your keyboard. And let's check it now. Is it working? Yes, it is. Okay. Okay, there are some of the things that we need to fix now. We do not want the upper limit to go beyond the maximum test score. So as you can see here, the maximum upper limit is stopping with the maximum test score. Over here also, stopping with the maximum test score. So in this case, what we can do, we can just go to if, sorry, leave the upper one, leave it alone. And let's start from the second line. So we're going to say if E7, which is this one, if E7 is less than, E7 is less than E2, so this is E2, right? This is comma. Okay, so if E7 is less than E2, that means keep it on, keep plussing, keep working, okay? And if it is not, then just leave it empty. That means if the range is becoming more than 90 or more than the maximum score, just leave it empty. Do not do anything, okay? Do we need to fix anything? We need to make absolute value. Yes, we have this one that needs to be absolute value. So press F4 or function F4 on your keyboard, and let's check it now. Let's put it to 100 because we can get the maximum value up to 100. Let's extend a bit more. Okay, can you see? I extended till here, but it's not showing. It's showing empty. Why? Because it's more than 100. Let's put it 90 and let's check. It's working. Can you see? Okay, that's good. So we're done with the upper limit, and it's also keeping blank if it is beyond the maximum score. Let's now get back again to the lower one. So the lower one is going to be basically starting from 0, and after that from 0 it's just going to be plussing each time from the upper limit. So 0, and then this one is going to be equal, going to be this one plus 1. So each time, so even if we replicate it, okay, it's giving us each time. If you had a look over here, so it's going correct. And if we made it with 10, it's also working correctly. This we need now to resolve it. And what we need to do, we need to put an if again here. If error can work, or if also can work. So if what? If we're depending on this right in front of it. So if this one is not empty, like this, if this value in front of it for upper limit is not empty, then keep carrying on plussing, doing your job. Then if it become empty, also put this one as well empty. Let's replicate it and check it. Okay, we need to see where this should stop, so we will handle this later. Let's check back again. 100, great. 5, good. So 5 and 100, maximum 5, maximum 100, and marks interval 5. It needs to give me till 96 up to 100. Yes, correct. Okay, right now coming to the range. Range is just pretty simple. What you need to do in the range is just putting the range bit for the maximum and the minimum between the two values, you can see, and putting the dash in between them. So let's get back. So what I'm going to put, I'm going to use concatenation. In this case you can use concatenate, this one, or you can just use the formula of AND to connect between these two. So it's going to be this and double quotation and the comma in it, and another one. And by the way, there is no space in between them, so I'm not just going to put any space. So it's going to be like this one. Again, the problem will happen that this will appear as long as these are empty. So to avoid this, again, like the same way we did it for the lower one, we're going to use if let's depend on the upper limit. If this is not empty, just keep carrying on. And if it is empty, means if it is false as well, keep me as well, or keep the range as well empty. Let's highlight it. Let's replicate it, I mean. Okay, great. I have been extending till the formula. Now let's get back to the formula. We need it till 100, so 100 is still here. Sorry. So 100 is still here. So whatever here is not needed. So let's delete whatever comes after that. So till this line, it's enough because maximum is 100. Let's keep checking for the range, for the numbers. Okay, great. It's working. Let's move to the next one. Add frequency column as shown over here. We have a frequency column. Okay, after that, what we need to do, we need to insert a replicable formula to count the number of marks that are in each range for the college selected. Okay, so what does that mean? That means if I have any scores within this range, show me how many times it got repeated. For example, here, 6 to 10, it got repeated 2 times. Let's check it in Tawara Technical. Let's go to Tawara Technical. And they said 6 to 10, it got repeated 2 times. So I have one 10 here, another 10 here. Okay. So that means you need to use COUNTIF to check it from here. So I'm going to add frequency thing. And after that, yeah, I need to use the COUNTIF. So let's use count. In this case, I'm having 2 conditions. So in this case, I'm going to use COUNTIFs. Why? The first condition is if it is larger than lower limit. Second condition, if it is lower than upper limit. Okay. So let me just try to show it to you with one. So after that, we will add the S and add the second condition. So the first COUNTIF is the range. So the range is from here till down. What I did Control Shift and lower or down arrow. So it selected all for me. Okay, the criteria, what I need to do for the criteria is I want to say that it needs to be higher than 0. So it needs to be more than. I can just select this cell. Okay, there is one thing here. Whenever I have more than or I have any symbols over here or operators, I need to put it between double quotation. One more thing, it needs to be equal to that lower limit value itself. So it will be more than or equal to. I need to put and in between. Now it's working. Okay, so they're saying I have more. So every value from here is, yes, more than 130. So it is 132. It's correct. So this is for one value they're showing to me. Make it center aligned. Okay, now let's add the second condition. So to add the second condition, I need to add COUNTIFs. Okay, so I'm going to put here another comma. So they're going to ask me for the criteria. So my criteria again is going to be the same, which is B3. And the criteria is going to be the opposite. It's going to be lower than the upper limit. So comma or double quotation, lower than, equal, close the double quotation, put and put the cell. Okay, so I'm supposed to have 10 ranges. So yeah, I think it's the 2 10s. Okay, let's check if it is correct or no. I will put this up to 100. I will try to check it from here. So when I had this 90 and 5, okay, this was 0. Okay, now what we're going to do, we're going to replicate it. But again, make sure if you need to add absolute value. So absolute value will be added over here and over here. Okay, so you can see now I have this range 2 frequently repeated, this one 1. So you can make sure from here 0 2 1 2 3 0 2 1 2 3 5 5 7 5 5 7 10. Okay, anyway, it is working now and I have it up to this here. So whatever is going to be extra, I need it to be showing to me as empty. Again, the same method we're going to use. So it's if I'm going to depend, always I'm depending on the upper limit because it's where we started from. If this is empty, if this is not empty, that means not. If this is not empty, so just carry on doing the COUNTIF job. Otherwise, if there is nothing, leave it empty. Let's replicate it. Okay, good. Let me make this just testing. Working, great. Alright, so use this data to create a chart to display the frequency of each range. So they want me to make a chart, the column chart, and you can see we use here frequency and we use the mark range. So we have two data to use, frequency and the range. Okay, so I'm going to use the maximum numbers here to show all of it. Let's select them now till the last, and then go to insert, click on recommended chart. They're going just to recommend you with this one, which is what we wanted. Let's put it aside a bit. Okay, what we need to do first, let's have a look. What we need to do is label this chart with a dynamic title. Okay, that means the title is supposed to be coming from here. Whenever we change it, it's supposed to change it. That's quite an easy job to do. Let's go back again to frequency. So select the frequency here and go to the formula bar. And it's just simple. What you need to do from the formula bar after selecting the title here is make equal to this one. Okay, so simply it change, and when you change this, it should be changing. For the next one, it's going to be the chart must be formatted exactly as shown. So when the numbers decrease, it should also decrease up to here, but this should be kept with the full size. So okay, so let's get back again here. Let's format it as we want it. So right click, I need to go to the properties, format. Let's fill the background to be yellow. It's going to make us blind. Okay, that's a good yellow. If you want to adjust it, if you didn't get this level, then go to more colors and increase a bit, or adjust from here to get to that yellow. No, it's not the right yellow, it's more to the orange. So I'm going to select this and adjust it from here. Okay, that's perfect. After that, we need to put the titles, the labels. So go to plus, add the titles. We got both of them. Let's put the names. So we have frequency, and we need to adjust it, of course. So for that, we need to go to text options, and then from text options, we need to go over here. Yes, over here. So choose the last option from here, which is the text box, and then go to the text direction and select rotate all text 90. No, not this one. It needs to be stacked. Okay. And then it needs to be bold and red color. So Control B and red, a bit to the dark red. And then let's go to the next one. We have the mark range. This needs to be also bold and with the red color. And then we need to adjust these labels. So let's get back again here, back again to the same place, the text options, and they need to be okay. We can just do one thing. We can just keep it as it is, and we can change the angle from here till you get it to some angle. Okay, that's okay. Let's expand it. Okay, final thing, we need to make it bold and in red color. So Control B and red color. What else? These also needs to be the y-axis. This needs to be also bold. This needs to be also bold. these do not need to be red. Why did I make it red? Okay, let's compare. Almost perfect. So let's do it with 90 and 5. 95. And then let's choose Tawara Technical. Is it matching? Yes, perfect. Let's change it to Tawara Elementary 9010. So Tawara Elementary 9010. And this is how it's supposed to appear. Is it matching? Yes, very, very matching. Okay, that's the end of this paper. So if you have any comment or any questions, you may put it in the comment section and I will try to answer it whenever I find it. For the next videos, it's going to be posted in the playlist that is mentioned in the description section. You can click on it. You're going to find all the videos related with AS level and A level for Feb March 2025.